What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having a good day. It's a little bit late in the day for me to be starting a video. I've got some stuff done today. This morning went out to a subscriber's house, welded on a muffler for his truck. So thanks to him for hitting me up and even giving me the opportunity. So this video, at least for this part of this video, we're going to be making the DA specific, more or less, oil catch can. So I already have a predetermined spot. I'm pretty set on because I like where it is. I don't know how much it's going to interfere with like a bone stock DA, but most people won't be putting this on a bone stock DA. I'm assuming most of these people that are going to be buying these are going to have either no AC or no power steering or one or the other. So let me kind of show you. So I already got my piece drawn out, my sections drawn out. So sides, the two sides, tops and bottom, whatever, you know what I mean. So here's my paper version, essentially. Yeah, two big sides and 4 skinny sides. Let me show you where I want this in the car though. I had a few people hit me up, vice versa, and they wanted these DA ones. So really the best place that I can feel to put it is back here behind the driver's side headlight. So how do I have this? Yeah, so I've got, pretend these are hose ports, either AN fittings or normal hose ports. That's up to the buyer. Prices will vary, but essentially I want to put it right there because that way it's nice and out of the way. I will be utilizing probably this bolt hole that's right here. It's a little threaded like M8 hole. So that'll let this float up just a little bit, and then yeah, I mean, it's out of the way, really. So you got all this engine bay room here, unless you're B series. If you're B series, it is kind of cramped in here. So the only other spot that I really thought about putting it was maybe right here behind the mount, but I don't have a roller or anything like that to like conform to the shape of it. So that's my only issue with that. But eventually I'd like to make one, at least for my car right there. But I think this will be a pretty good spot because then if I have both the hose ports on this side, then you can just feed the hoses in right there. So these ones also will be baffled, so you don't have to worry about that. And steel wool, maybe figure something out. I mean, the baffle should be enough. And I will try and find a way to utilize some sort of drain port on these ones like I did on the other ones. Also, guys, hit me up on Instagram. I still got these 2 catch cans left, vented, baffled, drain plugs on them and everything. 40 bucks a piece, let me know. I didn't film it, but I made more progress sanding the Del Sol. Yesterday was Sunday, everything was closed. I couldn't go get more welding gas, so I couldn't weld anything. So I came out here and started sanding. So hood is done with up to 150, bumpers 150, the rest of the body is like 400. So, but it got dark and my Bondo was taking forever to dry last night, my filler bog, whatever you call it. So I kind of had to call it a night last night. So I'll be coming out to this probably this weekend, see if DJ wants to come by because he needs to finish up his car too. And then we can try and get these things painted. So yeah, I mean, deal with that in the meantime and as I have time, but obviously painting that isn't making me money at the moment. So trying to make money by making these things. I do want to thank you guys so much though for the support that you've shown me on the last video. It means a lot. Some people weren't so nice about it, but it is what it is. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Nobody knows exactly what happened. I don't even know what was exactly going through their minds. I just know what was told to me. But nonetheless, we're putting that behind us. We got stuff to look forward to, guys. Whether it be a new job, doing something else, or if I can somehow make this work. But either way, we got videos to make. We got projects to continue, and can't continue projects without money, can't make money without having something to do. So let's get these catch cans out of the way. Yeah, a lot of you guys have been requesting the DA ones, and then I've had a few people request like coolant overflows and stuff like that. So that will be definitely something that I am going to try and put in the works. It's just going to be a little bit tricky because I don't have fancy machinery. So a lot of you guys are going to be asking about pricing on this stuff because of material costs and all that. I didn't realize how expensive this all is to actually really do on your own, especially without any sort of fancy machinery. So I'm thinking the normal catch cans for, like in this case of the DA, are going to be about 100 bucks. If you need AN fittings, it's going to be an extra 20 bucks because that includes me having to go drive to go get them, and then I have to pay for them. They're not cheap. So yeah, I'm thinking 100 for normal DA catch cans, 120 for AN fitted ones. And then shipping, I found out without a business account is very expensive, and I can't get a business account without having like a tax ID number, a business LLC, all that stuff, and it takes a long process. So for a long time, I'm gonna have to be just shipping stuff just like a normal person, so shipping prices are gonna be a little bit high. That little catch can I shipped out today was in a small pretty small box, and it was about 13, 14 bucks. So expect shipping to be around 15 to 20 bucks for these DA catch cans. I wish I could price it better, guys, but I still have to be able to make a profit on this and be able to cover material costs. Some of you guys in the last video, when I made the battery box, had pointed out that I should try using a bandsaw. Obviously, I have this bandsaw, and I actually found that it did come with a little table attachment, so I screwed that on. So we'll see if this makes it any better. I really just do not have a keen eye for cutting really straight, so a lot of my stuff I kind of have to fake the funk and bridge some gaps and stuff. But as long as it holds, as long as it's sealed, that's really all we worry about, because I don't have a water jet, and I sure as hell don't have like $10,000, $15,000 to buy a used one. So we're gonna have to deal with the old DIY, and hopefully you guys dig it. We got the most of it tacked up, just need the tops and the bottoms, but I'm gonna test it really quick so that way I can see if there's even clearance for a little filter for a vent on the top. And if there is, then I'm gonna drill that hole, and then I can go ahead and tack the top on and then the bottom. I'd say it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Alright, so it does not appear that I will be able to fit a vent filter on the top. So that's okay, you don't absolutely have to have the catch can vented. From what I was reading, actually a vented catch can doesn't draw proper vacuum, as I understand it, because it's not a sealed system. So I guess it doesn't draw all the particles and stuff out of the valve cover, like those you know, the air and stuff, whatever. But yeah, so these ones are not going to be vented. Just nothing I can really do about it unless I change the spot, and I don't really see anywhere else to put it where it's going to be effective and generally universal for any DA or DB. So we're going to go with this design, and we're going to throw it behind the headlight. We just won't be able to vent it. So where I'm reading this from is off of a few different forum sites, actually. This one in particular happens to be a DSM forum, and the guy's basically saying that him and his friend, or him and his company or whatever, have done testing at the Garrett and Holset facilities with as little as 1 PSI in a turbo setup, and blah, 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 blah. Catch can vented to atmosphere with stock size lines is useless, and if you measure pressure in your crankcase versus the stock system, you would see a rise in pressure with removing the vacuum and adding a catch can alone. So if you want to do it properly, get the best of both worlds, run a baffled catch can, which these are baffled, and with it pulling a vacuum, no vent, so not to vent it. So by venting it, you're not effectively drawing enough vacuum, so you're not getting the crankcase scavenge effect, so you're getting excess pressure, I guess, doing it that way. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm no scientist, but in this case it sounds like to keep the factory amount of crankcase vacuum, the sealed can is better anyway. So let's finish tacking this one together, double check our test fit, and then we can make some sort of little tab to bolt it onto that part of the frame rail, and we'll finish it up and call that one done. So here's what we're looking like so far. Got the bungs welded on. Yeah, so the only real issue that I'm having on these things is corners and some of the outside pieces, like where it was cut. It just, I don't know, the arc goes like green, and then it just wants to, like, I don't know, turn to bubblegum, just bleh, or something. I don't really know why. So if any of you guys are pretty familiar with TIG welding and doing aluminum, and if you guys could point me in the right direction on how to fix that or prevent that or what to do. I've been wiping everything down with 70% isopropyl alcohol, and then I've got my Scotch-Brite pad that I try and wipe everything off with. I've got the wire wheel in there, and it just, I don't know, it's still tending to do it. Like, there's a few boogery spots, like on the edge here, like, I don't know. But that's what we're looking like. I think it's turning out pretty good so far, and I mean, yeah, this one just has to be finished being welded up, and this is good to go. So we come out here next day, finish up this friggin' catch can. So I think I might have found out some of my issues with that I was having when I was trying to weld last night. So I'm gonna try some new little tricks. I just got done watching some Fabrication series, and kind of learning a little bit about what I could have been doing wrong, and it's not necessarily what I'm doing wrong, it's my settings. So yeah, hopefully I have better luck. But I also want to give a quick shout out to Simon. He's a subscriber. He actually hit me up. We've been talking over Instagram for a few months about just random stuff, and he hit me up and he wanted to do a muffler delete on his TSX. Showed up, there's a little bit of a misunderstanding on pipe dimensions and sizes, so we couldn't end up doing the muffler delete, but we did get some tips because he's got kind of like a daily show car going on with that thing. And it's a pretty neat little car, but he just wanted some nice burnt looking tips on it to kind of, you know, add to the car. And so we got those welded on, so thankfully I'm just stoked for the opportunity to be able to do stuff like this for you guys. I thank you all so very much for supporting me, and especially those of you that are local that come to me for any sort of work. And even though I know I'm not the best at everything, it really means a lot. So I'm gonna try and get this thing welded up, or finished being welded up, and then I just gotta figure out some sort of drain. That's the hard part, because it's too thin of a material for me to be able to tap it, because there's not enough metal there to get a thread out of. So I don't know, we'll have to work out a drain, maybe some sort of rubber plug or something like that, or maybe I can find a fitting that I can weld on that I can put a bolt in. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Ran into quite the issue with that battery box. So it is again now the day after that last clip, and I ruined that first, not battery box, I'm sorry, catch can. So I ruined this square catch can. It would not, I was having issues with the outside joints. I think that aluminum was contaminated from sitting inside my shed for so long, because I had bought that when I originally made the Del Sol. It's probably like 6 months ago. So I think, yeah, the aluminum must have been contaminated partially, and I was just having a hell of a time welding it. So I gave up, and I kept burning through, and then the edges were wanting to do that stupid thing where like the arc kind of flares out green, and it wasn't taking any weld, so I gave up on it. I started on another one out of the thicker stuff, got the outside stuff pretty much made up, but I'm having a slight issue on this one too, like those corners right there, same issue. But I did just get back from Harbor Freight, and I kind of went and got some goodies. Now I definitely don't like how much I spent. I spent like $300, which I actually got a discount on, but let me show you what I got. So you guys know this is my little welding table, just a crappy little whatever this thing is called, with some wood and some sheet metal clamped down on it. It's bowed, it sucks, it's not ideal, so I picked up one of these welding tables from Harbor Freight. It was like $70, and then also got a small little drill press, because I've been having issues with, it's been really frustrating trying to drill the holes for like the baffle plates and stuff. Like this is going to be a baffle plate, and trying to do it by hand, I keep on killing my drill batteries really fast. It's inconsistent, it's hard. And then with all the exhaust stuff I do, trying to drill holes for the O2 bungs and intercooler pipe stuff that I do. It's just all around going to be easier to have a drill press. So I got this one. I think this one was like 60 bucks. And then also picked up these things based off of your guys' recommendations. Got a handheld circular saw, whatever this is called. So a couple of you guys, I'm sorry, had said in the comments that Meticulous, who used to be Suicide DA or Suicide CRX or whatever, I guess he uses these for cutting his sheet aluminum and stuff, and they work pretty well. And then because I've been having issues with my tungsten, which I think is part of the reason my welds are not coming out as good as they should be on the aluminum, I have been using a contaminated grinding stone over there because we've had that thing for ages. So I went and bought my own little mini one just for the TIG welder. This one for my tungsten and stuff. This was like a little 3-inch one, little tiny tabletop one. So gonna try and clean out this space a little bit, get this all set up. I can take the stupid table saw part of this off because this doesn't work for crap for cutting this. It just takes so long, gives you such a rough edge on it, which I think is also part of the reason I'm having a hard time welding on it, is because just that white stuff on the edge. I haven't tried filing it. I didn't think that would make a difference, but I guess that will. So just learning curve after learning curve with this, but hopefully having these new tools and the welding table will make it a little bit more legit. And then this is just some gloves and new welding gloves because mine are destroyed and stuff. But yeah, getting there, getting better, one tool at a time. Welding table's all set up. That wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Not that it would have been hard in the first place, but just annoying setting up. So many little bolts and nuts and washers for such a little table. But it seems pretty sturdy, so we'll see how this goes. I think it'll be a pretty neat little thing to have. I forgot that I had this little baker's rack sitting outside, so I just put that there. Got my little Arctic air thing, mini swamp cooler. Doesn't really work that well, but any air blown on my face while I'm in here is good air. Again, because we got no insulation, but you know, keep my little basic tools that I need right around me, tape measure, alcohol and stuff to clean the aluminum with, and whatever else I'm doing. My magnet, and we got our welding gloves, and then we got a little metal clamp. The price of rubber gloves, nitrile gloves, right now has skyrocketed. These are twice what they normally were at Harbor Freight. This box is 14 bucks. Normally it's like 7, 8 bucks. So, RIP. That seems pretty cool. Should work just fine. Only thing I need to do now is just find a spot to put this drill press, and then this is done. But I am going to end this video off here, guys. I wanted to try and finish one of the DA catch cans this video, but I've already got a lot of clips in this video, and I don't really want to drag this video out too long. I did technically almost finish that other one. You guys get the general idea. That's going to be the design once I can figure out my issue where it doesn't want to weld on the cut edges of the metal. It's just giving me issues. So I'm gonna try and get this one done, and once this one is done, I'll post up on my Instagram. I still have those other 2 catch cans, guys. I thought they were sold, but the guys backed out. So I still have 2 of the cylinder style baffle catch cans, Baffle Invented. If you want to buy them, hit me up on Instagram at ChrisSadowski. They are $35 a piece, and then when I shipped the last one, it was $14 to ship it. So we'll say 50 bucks shipped, and it is yours. So yeah, please guys hit me up. Integra stickers will be out hopefully when this next video comes up. So anyways, guys, do what you love. Forget about the rest. Like, comment if you're new to the channel. Hopefully you consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Deuces.